Hello, good evening. It's Friday and time for another Facebook Friday Live. My name is Kate Bolt. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the UK, bringing you a Facebook Live every Friday with my favourites from the Stampin' Up! Catalogue. Sorry, I'm just aware of this light here shining, really glaring at me. Let me just see if I can turn it off a second. Hold on. Oh, that's better. Goodness, there was a lot of glare going on there. Oh, I'll just give a minute, see if anyone hops on. Good evening, Kate. I hope you're well and you're keeping well and you're all right. It's lovely to get to the end of the week, isn't it? It's Friday. Yay. So hubby who's working from home is glad it's Friday. Jacob's been to school this week. He's glad it's Friday. I think everyone is. Ah, that's okay, Kate. You enjoy your dinner, my lovely. I hope it's yummy. Oh, I have just had mine. So I just fed everybody quickly and run in to do my live. So I'm really hoping that some of you might join me. Oh, thank you. You're too kind, Kate. You're very sweet. I am just going to grab my drink. I have a can of fizzy. I'm very thirsty. Been a busy day. It has. Just wait a minute, see if anyone hops on. So this evening I've got something a little bit different for you. That's better. A little bit of scrapbooking. So I don't know if any of you do scrapbooking, know what it is, have seen any other scrapbooking, but I'll show you a little bit of my scrapbooking process and how I'm going to use it with some Stampin' Up! Goodies and documenting some fab memories and what you can do with it. My journey in papercraft started with scrapbooking, and so it's my first love, and yeah, so I'm going to get back and do some. I haven't done any for ages, and I was inspired because I was at a team event last weekend and we did a little bit of scrapbooking from a sketch and I had some fun and it kind of got me kick-started again, although I had been looking forward to doing some. Hi Joe, hi Philomena, hi Zaina. Good evening to you all. Thank you, Philomena. That's so kind of you. That's lovely. So yeah, we're going to do a little bit of scrapbooking, a quick and simple page this Friday evening for my album. And I will turn the camera around and we'll get cracking. We'll get started. So hold on to your horses. Here we go. There we are. So let's pop you in the tripod. Having late tea. Catch up in a bit. Yes, we just had our dinner, so it's all a bit frantically. I was like, oh, it's 7:05. I must run. So my lovely hubby, he's putting all the dishes in the dishwasher for me. So all that is done. Then we're going to watch a film. Good evening, Mum. Lovely of you to join me. Apparently we're watching Age of Ultron, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so I did myself a little sketch from my scrapbook page. I'll show you how that relates. And here we go. So, right, I've got my album here and it's completely empty. But let me show you anyway. Take the label off it. Brand new and completely empty. And here it is. It's a good film, is it, Joe? Right, I'm going to bring the camera up a bit so you can get an oh, goodness, my tripod is not doing what it's meant to. Sorry about this, guys. There we are. I'll bring it up a little bit and get that. You can get a much better view of what I'm doing with this album. Do you see that? So if I open it up, you can see this is what a scrapbook album looks like inside. And they have all these plastic page protectors. This is a D-ring album. So you've got your rings there and you pop it in and out. It's like an enormous ring binder, if you like. And you can put your pages in and out of your memories. It's like a huge photo album for scrapbooking, but you do it with papers and you write all the things that happened. And it's just so much fun. So that's my album. Let me pop it out of the way. And it's blank, so this is where I'm starting with this one. Right. Here we go. Let's put that album out of the way. I don't need it now. I've shown it you. I have got a couple of pages I just did for sorry, I was distracted there by a post that popped up this is the one I did for the Pinkies weekend last weekend. So this was inspired by a sketch that Julia Mackenzie did. So that's that one. And this was a Spanish holiday we took a couple of years ago. And so you get the idea of what scrapbooking is, that you pop your pages, you put your photos on the page, you add it to an album and it tells a whole story. And you can pass these down generations and keep your memories. And the kids love to look through a scrapbook, don't they? So that's that one. And then after that, I carried on and did another one of the same holiday. And there's me and Jacob on the beach in the same holiday. And I used the Whale of a Time stamps on this one. And I used the Playful Alphabet letters. And I used the Whale Done or Whale of a Time papers. And I've done some stamping on that one. So there's a couple of layouts I've done recently, but they're not for that album. They can go in one of my other albums. Let's pop that out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to show you the papers I'm using today. Here we go. Here we are. These are beautiful. Thanks, Philomena. These are beautiful papers. These are the World of Good speciality series papers, designer series papers. And so you can see they're foiled. They're brass. Foiled in brass, and they're lovely. They're in the new in colours. So we've got Misty Moonlight, Cinnamon Cider, and lots of that foiling. And we've got the this one, which is the Bumblebee. They're really good, and they are travel themed. So I got these when the catalogue came out last summer, but I've not really used them very much. Primarily because I got them for scrapbooking. I haven't done a lot, but secondly because we haven't been able to go anywhere. But we are soon, aren't we? So this one's got a whole world map on it. This is Europe on it. I've cut into this piece. They come 12 by 12 double-sided. There's another piece the same. That's a yellow bit. And they are lovely. And there's a whole stamp set and a dies that go with it. So this is North America here. Just trying to see where everywhere is. So I am scrapbooking our Florida holiday, which is down here. So this will be very useful for this scrapbook. And there's all these foiling on these papers that is so lovely. So this is what I'm using. And I just don't want to mix it up. Let's grab out the piece that I was going to use. This lovely big blue one I think I'm going to use on my page. Now, part of the suite that matches with it, whoops, I don't want to lose the papers, they're slipping about, are the brass foil sheets. And they come in 12 by 12 as well. So I'm going to use one of those because it's in the paper. Okay. And I've got a little sketch. Let me move that because that's going to be very glary. So I made myself a little sketch of what I want to do with my layout. And I've got photos too. So for this holiday, I thought this was our Florida holiday in 2018. And I thought I would start at the very beginning chronologically. Oh, it's so exciting, Mum. You can meet in a garden in Wales from this weekend. I know that 4 of you can meet. Aren't you lucky? We can only meet on a bench with one other person. But still, I'm not complaining. I don't need that piece of yellow. Right, so I've got us on the way to the airport in the car. We were very excited. The anticipation was amazing for this holiday. We went to Florida in 2018. So I am doing a scrapbook page of our travel day because it's just as exciting for me, the travel day, as it is everything else. And so I've got some little ones as well. And I can tell you what all these mean if you want to know. So I have got Jacob bought this Stitch toy on a previous Florida holiday and he took it back with him on this occasion. And so I've got a little one of Stitch, the Premier Inn where we stayed at the airport the night before. And when I looked in Jacob's hand luggage, all he had in the bag were his precious collection of Rubik's Cubes. And that's what he took in his hand luggage, which made me laugh. And there's a bit of a story behind those, but I won't bore you with that. Okay, so we've got that and we've got that. All right, so let's make a start. All right, now I have already done something for this layout, and I'll show you what I've already done. I need that one. I have matted and layered my photograph. So I've actually matted it on a piece of white, basic white cardstock, just to give a little bit of an edge around it. Don't have to do that. I quite like the way it makes it pop out on the blue paper. Move my sketch. Okay, and I decided on this one that I was going to cut it in half. So not actually cut it in half, but I'm going to do 1/2 6 inches at the top, and then I'm going to take a 6-inch strip of this piece of paper and use that on the bottom. So I've got sections. Let's move everything up. Okay, so you can see it better. Is that better? Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Now let me have a look at this. Maybe to bring this back in. Is that better? Okay, now I've decided I'm going to use this to edge my layout with, and it gives it a bit more substance as well. So I'm going to cut this piece down to fit on. They're all 12 by 12. I'm going to take a little bit off this one to make it fit on that one. Now I'm going to take a tiny bit off, I think. Let me see, that's 1/2 inch. Because it is a symmetrical. Should I take 1/2 inch off there? That's it. Take 1/2 inch off. I'm going to take 1/2 inch off the other side. So I've taken 1 inch off. That would make sense, wouldn't it? And then I'm going to do the same on the other side, so that I've taken 1 inch off both sides, because then it will be still a symmetrical design. But if it was just all one pattern, you could just take 1 inch off either side. That makes sense. So 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, all the way around. So that's that. And I've got all these strips that I can use for something else. So the idea then is going to sit on here, and I've got 1 inch all the way around. Okay, so that's that. Now, you can easily gut that piece of foiled paper, and I would suggest you do. So I would put this foiled piece of paper into my trimmer and take the middle of it out and use it for another project, because you're just covering it up like that. But I'm not going to bother for the purpose of the video, and it's also going to give some real strength to my my layout. But you can definitely take the middle out, gut it, use that again, and then just stick it to another piece of cardstock to give it some strength. I would definitely do that, but I don't think I'm going to bother. I'm going to be very frivolous with my cardstock, and that's going to go on there. Now this is now going to be too big, as you can see. I need to do the same thing. I need to take 1 inch off this way, don't I? Just 1 inch off one side. So it's 12, isn't it? So it needs to be 11. Oh, Alfie's joining us. Thank you, Philomena. I hope it turns out. It's very odd because I haven't kind of made it in advance. I just have a sketch. And I'm working with that. So that should fit on there nicely, which it does. Okay, so we've got that going on there like that. Let's have this so you can see it. It tends to move around a lot. Okay, so I've got that one. All right, now I've got my photograph, my big one here. And then I've got these 3. And I actually wanted 4. So I've printed another one. Now I'll show you how I printed my photographs. I printed them on my Selfie home printer. It's a little photograph printer, but you can just send off from a photo company. But on my Selfie, I can get 4 little ones. Hi, Anthony. I'm doing a scrapbook page with the World of Good suite, just for a change. So I've put 4 of them on my Selfie printout, which comes from an app on my phone. So you can see I've got us at the Premier Inn. John pulling a funny face. I've got the gates of Walt Disney World as we drove underneath it. I've got the Disney's Magical Express and a restaurant we went to. But I just want this other one. Actually, I don't know if I do because it's portrait and it won't fit, which is very annoying. That won't fit, will it? All right, hang on a minute then. So my idea is I'm going to take this journaling card. This is a Memories and More card from the World of Good Memories and More cards that go with this suite, and I'm going to put it in the middle, and I'm going to match these up like this one, and I'm going to put this one in here, and I was going to put another one in, but I might just leave it for now. I might just decide which I'm going to use out of the two of them. Those, I think. It depends on what you want. I want it to tell a story, and I know as soon as I see the photographs what the story is that's personal to me. So we've already got Stitch in there. I think I'll take him out and I'll pop that in there like that. So this is how it's going to be. Okay, and now I have got room here. Look at Jim's face. I was in the front, I was here, and then I got Johnny to get the selfie while Jim's driving. Madness, isn't it? So I have taken some of the yellow cardstock in this suite, which is Bumblebee, and I have looked at the size of my little photograph. I love the foiling on this suite, it's gorgeous. And I have cut it I've actually kind of stuck one down and just trimmed it with my trimmer by eye, but it's about 1/8 of an inch on there. So if I know what size your photograph is, about 1/8 of an inch matte. And I didn't need to matte this one on Whisper White, on Basic White, because it already has a white border. I chose not a borderless, but a border on my printer settings on my app on my phone, and that's how it comes out like this. And so you can just chop it down the middle and leave a border. Okay, so that's where I am. And I've got room here for my title, and I was just trying to work out what I should have for my title. And I had, now, a bit of a play on words. I was thinking, well, we're going to Florida, we're very excited, we can't wait, and off we go. Off we go. And then I thought, well, we're going to spend most of our time in Disney World, so I went for Here We Go, which is, you know, Peter Pan. It's a bit of a play on him. Here we go. Here we go. Or here we go. Something like that. So I have letters here. Here. We. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit. When I designed it, I didn't have that border around here, so my blue piece was larger. So you've got to decide what you want and how big your words are. Will they fit? Okay, so I've got Here We Go. That's going to be the title when I've got it all stuck down ready. Okay, I'm going to work all that out. Now, I'll show you how I did that. I used some dies. Now, we've currently got in the catalogue, yeah, definitely need a Disney title. So we've got the Playful Alphabet dies, which might have been better for this page, you know, because I've made my gap here for my title a little bit smaller. But I love these and they're perfect for scrapbooking. And I did use them on the other page I showed you. I'll show you that. I mean, I made a Mother's Day card using those. So they're great for cards. But I did it on this one as a sun, sea and sand. But I pulled out last year's dies that were in the catalogue that have now retired. But I actually bought them for scrapbook pages. They're brilliant, so I'm not letting go of them. And they're called the Hand Lettered Prose dies. But any dies that you've got, use for your titles. Or use the Playful Alphabet if you don't have one, and you can get that now. So there we are. We've got Here We Go, and I've even got the exclamation mark here, and I've got the little bit on the end. So I'm going to stick that down in a minute. I'm going to decide what I'm going to do now. Interestingly, because I really wanted that to go like that, and then I wanted the other one here. But I don't have a photograph. What I might do is come back and put one in. That's so cute, isn't it? That photograph of Jacob. Yeah, I'm going to work on that. But at the moment, I think I'll leave it as we are. Might even do it like this. Like that, so it follows your eye down the page. Okay, now I'm going to get my glue. Now I'll start sticking things down. Now I'm using a repositionable tape runner. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can pull things back up again and put them down again until I'm definitely sure that's where I want them to go. And then if it's not well enough stuck, I can put some different glue on. But that's what I'm doing. Playful alphabets, we love them, don't we? They're so versatile. You could make a card for anyone with their name on it, which I love. I've seen quite a few of those recently. Right, so I'm going to put some of this. Now, here's a trick for scrapbooking. When you're starting your page, just put glue down the centre and not around the edges, because then you can tuck things. You can tuck things in. So it will stick pretty well as it is. So we've got that one. Okay, and then this one's going to go on the bottom. Oh, there's me saying that, and I'm putting it all the way around the edges. I don't think it matters. I'm not tucking anything into the edge of this one. Well, it might be. There we are. Is there a way up on this? I don't know. Possibly. So, edge to edge. On it goes. That's my sketch. Let's move that out of the way. Be good if you can actually see this a little bit better, wouldn't it? How's that? Is that better, guys? Let's bring you up a bit. There we are. I think that's a bit better. Okay, so we're going to pop this one down here. I'm going to glue these together. Oops, that's not the one. That's another one. I'm going to use that. This is for writing about what happened. And that's really the most important part of your scrapbook page. It's all very well having these photographs, but if you don't know who it was, where it was, and why it was, there's really no point. So when you come back in 10 years' time and you're thinking, who was that? What year was that? Where was I? Why was I doing that? It's really frustrating. So you can write your story. So that one's going on there. Us in the Holiday Inn. It's the only photograph I've got. Isn't that weird? It's just half of me and a little bit of my daughter in the background making a face. Apart from that nice one of Jacob, but won't fit on. That's a bit small, that yellow piece. It's like it's the wrong size. How did I do that? There we are, with just a very small mat on that one. That's going to go on there, that's going to go on there. I think I'm going to bring it like that. I'm just going to put those on. Now, the thing about scrapbooking is, grab a few photos of an event that you want to remember and have a go. There is no right or wrong way to scrapbook. There's no formula. And the other thing is, sometimes people get a bit overwhelmed. They think, well, I've got 10,000 photographs. I wouldn't know where to start. You're never going to scrapbook 10,000 photographs. Just pick a few and go with it. You're never going to be caught up. That isn't the type of thing that scrapbooking is. It's more of a do something. Have fun with it, enjoy it, and get some of those memories recorded. Okay, so I've got this already. Now I'm going to put the title on. Let's try this now. G-O. It's kind of a scripty font, this one. Ooh. And then, have any of you ever scrapbooked? Do tell me if you're scrapbookers, if you've tried it. I'd love to know. It's so true. It is 100% personal, Anthony. And the reason I love it is it's where I started in scrapbooking, way before I ever made a card. And I always used to say, oh, I wouldn't make a card because I have to give it away. I'm making a scrapbook page just for me, which is sounds selfish, but it's more kind of something I can look back on and remember. And also, the giving away bit isn't about giving something away for me. It was more like it has to be perfect if you give it away. If you're giving someone a card, it has to be perfect. But if you're making a scrapbook page, it's just for you. It doesn't matter what's on it. It's for you. And I still love that. I still love that bit, that it is for you and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's what brings back those memories. Here we go. So I've cut that out of the matching cardstock that's in the papers, although I haven't got any of those papers on there just yet. So here are the memories of more cards that go with that suite, because I had to get it all, as you do. And there are all these beautiful cards in there. And they're all double-sided, they're all themed and go with the papers. And they got all these little journaling cards that you can write on and different things that are useful. I gave grandma's away, that's true. So we made a scrapbook of my grandma's life for her 90th birthday. We gave it to her. But we could spend a lot of time on that and make it as perfect as we could. Now, so I did pick out some of those, and now I think I've just muddled them up. Oh no, here we go. So I like to use these. You can use these in pocket page scrapbooking, and I've done some of that before, or you can use them on 12 by 12 layouts, or any size layout, and you can cut them up and you can do all the things you like with them. They are really useful. On that other layout I showed you, where is it? The first one. I cut this piece out of one of these cards. I cut this piece is a card tucked underneath, and I cut this piece out of one of the cards. These are pieces cut using a circle die from the cards, just one, and there's 3 of those. And these letters, they match exactly because they're cut from one of the cards. So is the 2017. Yeah, so you can just cut them up and make them work for you. So I have got a couple here. I've got Today's Adventure. I've got one with a bit of yellow on, and that's all I've got at the minute. And I wanted to add some to the top here. And I'm going to cut out this one that says Today's Adventure. And I'm going to pop it on the side there. So I'm just going to cut this bit out. I'm just going to go around it with my scissors. Oh, bless her. Do you remember her 90th birthday? That was many years ago. So it's my lovely sister that got me into scrapbooking. I wasn't a paper crafter before that at all. And she said, you have to try scrapbooking, Katie. It's amazing. And I was like, why? What is that? What? No. No. Why would I want a load of bits of paper and cut them up and stick them back together? No. Oh dear. And then we were actually on holiday together in 2004 in Florida, funnily enough, and back when there were loads of big scrapbooking stores, and she took me to a dedicated scrapbooking store. And as soon as I went in and I saw what it actually was, and all these beautiful products, rows of beautiful papers and layouts and albums full of gorgeous things, I was hooked. That was me. I was done, and I'm still there now. So I'm going to stick this one down. I've just cut it out, and I'm just going to put it here. Today's Adventure. But I can move it because with that repositionable glue, this is going to go on there. And I'm just slightly overlapping this one here. So let's put this down. to bring that to the side or over a bit. No, I'll bring it to the side, otherwise there's like that space there that's a bit weird. Oh, it was heaven. It was absolutely heaven. It was just amazing. Okay, so I'm going to chop this one off, I've decided. And I'm going to chop it off about there. So I'm just going to use my thumb and bend it, pop it in my trimmer. And so we came back and we decided that we were going to make a scrapbook between us for my grandma's 90th birthday present. And that's where it all started. Okay, so that's going to go up here, and that's going to tie in these nice yellow, I might make that a bit smaller, nice yellow letters, because it's exactly the same colour. That's a great thing with Stampin' Up, is that everything will match your colours, because that's something we did used to have to do, was scour scrapbooking stores for the right shade of card stock to match and everything. You don't have to do that anymore, which is fabulous. Now that might match the background here. That's the other half that I just chopped off. There, do you see that? So that's that. I wonder. Just deciding what to put. No, I don't want to put that there. I'm going to put that one there like that. Let's see what else I've got to play with. And then I'm going to put my letters, stick my letters down. So have a look at what we've got. I know you can just see Jim's face there, can't you? It's all a bit distracting. So have any of you, I missed any comments? I don't know what we do without the coordination. I'd be stuck. I have to say, it takes a lot of the time away for me. I spent hours trying to match up colours beforehand, and I don't need to do that anymore. Did any of you say you're scrapbookers or have ever done it before? Seeing what I've got. Have I got anything with that blue in it? Explore more. I like that. That's what I used on the other one. It's really nice. Reach for the stars. And so the adventure begins. That would have been good there. Maybe I'll put that up there. I think I will. I think it'll tie it all together. The world cracks open for those willing to take a risk. So you can see that I always cut the same thing out of the other one. And then we're getting to the end there. There's more of those globes. Okay, so don't be afraid to cut it up. It's fun. So the adventure begins. That's going to go there. I don't know if I'm going to use this at all, if I just keep it for another layout now. I might do that. I might pop that there. Okay. I think I've got it. Let's just cut that one. It's Friday, guys. So happy that it's Friday. Make that slightly smaller. Because it was just a bit big. Right, that's going to go on there. That is probably going to go in there as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one behind it now. Depends really on the... Oh yeah, that's better. It depends on the letters. Which is why I've not stuck them down. So we can move them around. Or we can do it like this. Here we go. Yeah. Right, let's glue these down. And then if any of it's not really stuck down well, once you've got all your placement right, you can come back in with some really permanent glue. So and that's just slightly smaller, which is what I was going for. edge that up to the top. Oh, I really like that. So I'm going to be brave now and stick these letters down. I'm going to bring my grid paper out. I'm using it to help me with my gluing. I don't really need it on the table because I'm not stamping. But I'm going to just use some of this temporary adhesive on these as well. God, I'm getting it everywhere, all over me. Right. Because I can pull it up if it's not quite right. Oh, a good tip actually is to get the middle letter in first. So this roller glue I can't even remember. It's called Stick It. I think you can buy it on Amazon. You can get it in permanent and you can get it in temporary. And I'm only using it because it's temporary. Otherwise I use the Stampin' Up seal because that's permanent. But this means I can move it around a little bit. I wouldn't use it for cards, but it's definitely good for scrapbooking. I'm going to take this right up and see if that'll be better. It depends how high I can get this H actually. Yeah, not as high. So, there we are. If I get it all right, the rest will fall into place. And yeah, I like it for this. It seems to do the job. I do have to go back and make sure it's stuck down afterwards though. So that's when my more permanent adhesive comes into its own. God, I've got a dry throat tonight. So you can fiddle around with it, as you can see, and get it exactly right. If you don't like doing this by eye, do it on a ruler. You can definitely do it on a ruler. So you do it across the edge of a ruler and that helps. The other thing you can do is, if you know exactly where you're going to put these letters, you can use the self-adhesive sheets. So it cuts it with the die cut. So it's a permanent though, so you need to be really good at getting them lined up right. Here we go. I had to look it up. It's definitely Here We Go for Peter Pan. So this is the first layout for this album. I'm really excited about it. And then I will come back and add to it and show you it as I go along. If anybody would like me to do any more layouts, I will. I'm getting my glue stuck to me and not that. Yeah, I've got it upside down, that's why. I think that's upside down itself. There, that's better. Here we go. So we've got that going on. So most of the layout is taking shape now, as you can see. So we've got that. And so I need to see what kind of like fun little embellishments I can put it on it. So when you get your Memories and More card kit with all these cards in it, you also get the stickers that come with it in sheets like so. And you've got, so all these images match, and there's all the foiling, and they match the stamp set. And they match the colours and the papers. So we've got all these globes, and we've got all these compasses. We've got some nice foiled letters, Discover and Dream, and little labels that are cardstock. Find Joy in Your Journey, I'm going to use that one. And we've got Travel, I'm going to use that one as well. So let's get the Find Joy in Your Journey first. And if I might just put that there, if I just overlap it on the top, it kind of makes it all come together. So I've got Find Joy in the Journey, and so the adventure begins, which is very apt. And I've got today's adventure up there. And with my scrapbook page, what I'm trying to do with this sketch is kind of start the story here and bring it down, like, so the eye automatically goes from left to right, because that's how you read a book. And so our brain is kind of trained that way. And so I'm trying to bring the eye down that way, and this will be where I write about what happened. Thank you. So I'm going to pop it there, travel, and it's going to overlap on the bottom there. I can just about see what you can see. So that's going there. I've got loads of stickers. They're going to last me for ages. And then the bits that I have cut off the cards, I keep because I will definitely use them all. All of these bits. Okay, so that's that. Even these strips that I've cut off my papers will all get used on a layout. So we've got that. And I picked out a few little bits here. So I've got a bowl. I put some little bits in. So I've got some of these gilded gems. These are current in the catalogue, and I just thought they went really well with the brass foiling. I'm not going to use these die cuts. They are from the die set that goes with them, with the suite, and there's the stamps that go with the suite as well. So this is the stamp set that goes with it, and it's got all these nice words. Life's a beautiful journey, adventure awaits. Thank you, congratulations. You can make lovely cards with it, but I can use them on my scrapbook page as well. And there's a die set that cuts out the feather and the ink, and there's so that's a quill and an ink pot, and then there's a stand for the globe, and then there's a big stand for the globe. There's lots of dies in there. So, but I found a couple of things that I thought might match. I've got some old Stampin' Up paper clips, and I like those. I thought they might work. So anything you've got, I tend to keep my retired embellishments because I think they might work on a scrapbook page. That's that. And then I got out those metallic sequins again, but I'm not sure if they're going to go on this page, so I'm not going to use those. And then I found this brass. Now, we had these clips. I'm not sure if these are still in stock. I'm pretty sure they're not. I have a few of these in white and then this brass colour. So I could pop this on the top of the page, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. So I'm going to leave that. I think I'm going to use those gilded gems to start with. Where did I put them? There they are. Right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'll take your pick tool. Oh, if you're shocked with me, I sent these out as my thank you gift last month. Yes, it goes in a plastic envelope, Joe. I'll show you in just a minute and you'll see how it works. Yeah, I gave these away as thank you gifts to my customers last month. So, yeah, these are invaluable. If you haven't got one of these, you need one of these. So I'm going to use it to pick off my gems and pop them on the page here. And I kind of think the circles match all the globes, and the gilding matches the brass. So I think they're great. So I think I want to put some here, some here, and some here, like in my little triangle. Just put that there. Here we go. And I don't think I'm going to add much more to it. I might come back and add some more embellishments down here and down here at a later date, or shall I put some sequins? Let's have a look. Will this fit on? Yeah, I'll use that on there because it looks like a little note and it matches. So we use that one. I don't need the white one. I'll put that one away. Well, I've got a couple more there. I've got one. I could use 3. I like to use 3s. So I've got one here. And then I might just put one on here. And I'm going to write on this piece. And then I'm going to put one here, right on the edge there. Stick that down. Oh, it doesn't want to go in. Come here, you. Get that glued down a bit better. Sorry, I was just checking the comments, make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, so do gut your brass foil sheet. Don't stick it on the whole piece like I just did. Well, I can easily go back and take it off if I want to and gut it. There we are. That's making it stick up a bit actually. There. That's better. So I've got one here, and one here. Oh, that's that. You can't see that one, can we? Let's pop that one there. There, I think, so we can see that better. Okay, so I was thinking about these sequins, and then we'll pop it in the book, and I'll come back later and write, because I want to think about what I want to write. And when I write my journaling, I don't want to write reams. I want to write one about who it was, where we were going and why, and if there's any funny things. So I would definitely put that in there. So what I tend to do is I write it on a scrap piece of paper first, and then I will handwrite it. You can always put it through your printer if you don't like your handwriting. I rather like the idea of, if it manages to survive, if the whole scrapbook survives and it passes down the generations, somebody will see your handwriting and know how personal it is. So I quite like that. Doesn't matter what your handwriting is like. No, I'm not in for the sequins. I'm going to leave those off. You never know until you try. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for tonight. But I'm going to show you. Oh, I have got a stamp that I was going to use. I might try and put that on there somewhere. Down here, I think. Good things are worth waiting for. And I might do it in this colour. So that's early espresso. Let's grab that one. And this is a white background, so I'll grab a piece of white. What have I got left here? I've got this one left, so I could try and do that. How big is that one? I could definitely do that. And instead of doing it in the espresso, if I did it in the Misty Moonlight that's at the top, it would match that label, wouldn't it? Just grab that colour. Let's see if I can do that. Just use the bit that I cut off. I've got a scrappy bit of white. Because I want to try it out. See how it comes out, because I haven't stamped with this for ages. Oh, and this is not from that stamp set. Do you want to know where this one is from? I had a look through my stamp sets to see what would be great to work on this layout, on this scrapbook page. Because our stamps can be used for all sorts. And I picked out the Enjoy the Moment stamp set. And we've got Enjoy the Moment. That would have been good. But I've got Good Things Are Worth Waiting For, because we do wait quite a long time for our big holidays, like most of us. And the anticipation is part of it. It's amazing. Good things are worth waiting for, aren't they? So I think I'm going to cut this off, but I think it's going to be nice down at the bottom there. And I might do it on this, or I might do it on that, but let's do it on here and see how it works. Hi Linda. Hello Jacqueline. So glad you're joining us. I'm doing a scrapbook page. It's been ages. It's about time, isn't it, that I scrapbooked. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm going to cut it right down using my trimmer. Don't get blue ink everywhere. Good things are worth waiting for, aren't they? Put that down here at the bottom. Just trying to decide. So I wanted it down here, but I'm not quite sure about it. So I just cut that off. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Where's my big scissors? I'm going to take a chance on this. Wish me luck. I'm going to cut it out. So I'm using my long handled scissors. These are just cheapy ones. My Stampin' Up snips are fantastic, but these are just longer bladed. Oh yeah, that's a bit more. That's a bit more like it. So I am going to put that down there, just like that, I think. Good things are with wave, or I might. That's it, I'm going to put it like there. There, like that. Happy days. So that's it, it's done. I'm going to write my journaling in there. I might add a little bit more embellishment at some point. If I go back to it and I think, oh, that's a bit bare, I will. At the moment, I'm happy with it. But I'll write what we were doing on here, and I'm going to write the date. So that is the most important thing. This was the 7th of August, 2018. I have a date stamp. I have an old Stampin' Up date stamp that I'm going to use on there. Right. Okay, so it's going to go in this album. So, Joe, this is how it works. I'll show you. So you bring your album over. I'm going to take the page protector out. So these are called page protectors. Like that. I'll take it out. It's a hefty album because it's a 12 by 12. And it's going to go in there, and so that protects it, and then you can flick through the album and you can see it all in the sleeve like that. There we go. But obviously when it's in there you get a lot of glare from my light on the camera, but you can see. That's it. That's my page for this evening. I love it. Hope you've liked it. I'll probably add a little bit more to it, and if I do add a little bit and I change it very much, I'll put a picture up for you to see if I've changed it. But I'm glad you liked it, and if you're interested in scrapbooking at all, let me know. I will try and do a few more videos like that, and show you where I'm at and what I'm doing with it. Okay, and I hope you like these papers. They are the world of good, and they're really great for pages. Yeah, and I think I'm going to be using a few more of those. So I did this one, Linda, I don't think you're here. I did this one before using the same papers, same blue and yellows. Love that. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and it's lovely to see you. Thank you so much. If you're watching me on replay, do tell me you're watching on replay. I'm really interested to know. If you're watching me on YouTube, I hope you've enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And don't forget to click the little bell down below for notification of future videos. And you can find more inspiration on my website at inkstampshare.ink. And I hope I see you on Tuesday morning for coffee and cards. Can't wait to see you. I'm going off to watch the film. Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye.